All right, welcome to another episode of the CG Sit Down. I'm Preston Minson, and I'm here with
Ryder Nordstrom,
and then
Jace Belts,
and then we're also here with
Garrett Pineda,
Noah Collins,
Erica Birch.
and today we're going to be interviewing over their Earth Day cleanup they did the other day. So we have the Earth Day cleanup leadership committee with us today to talk about how they kind of went about setting it up and kind of the cool little ripple effect that they're hoping to kind of cause with it. So we'll start it off with what made you guys come up with the idea to do the Earth Day cleanup?
That's a question for you.
Well, so one day, Birchfield just came up like, did you know the ditch, like right, like across the street, little highway from Love's, it's like very dirty and stuff, so he just like, why don't someday we just go out and clean it? I was like, oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
So, hold it, Bill. Okay.
And then just from there you ran with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
And,
did it.
you know, that wasn't the only thing that was going on. We had some younger kids out there, and as much as I understand, that was your kind of handling. So how'd you get all that worked out?
Well, we had Audrey talk to the 5th grade teacher, me, Audrey, and Nino. Talk to the 5th grade teacher and try to figure out when they could make it.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. The fact that all the little kids were out there, kind of make it a community-wide type of deal, not just, you know, that class or us high schoolers. So that was really cool. And so
it was like a class project, right? Like class of 2025 and then 2030.
Yeah, so what Birchfield's plan was, he wanted us to do the community service and also get the younger kids involved. So when they're in high school, they see that they did that and they think it's cool. So they want to also do something to help the community. So we can just keep passing it down through the classes to just improve our school.
So as much as I understand, how much trash did we exactly pick up on that day?
Like how many bags around, you think?
60
Yeah, we
bags.
picked up 60 bags, around 340 pounds, something
Wow.
like
Dang. So how do you guys like prepare for it? Like getting everything together,
What
all that
was the
stuff?
process of coming up with, you know, getting the little kids there and, you know, figuring a day and all the safety that had to go along with it?
We did our research for about weeks. We learned what we need to take along with us. We set aside groups for people, like Noah, who was in charge of pretty much the whole project. Jace was in charge of our class. What are you in charge of?
I was in charge of the kids.
Yeah, the kids. Yeah, and I was Birchfield's left-hand man.
Why not the right-hand man?
Because he doesn't have a right ear, so everything's left.
Yeah. It's just got to be that way.
He has to be his left side so he can hear.
Wait.
No, it'd be the other way. See the right hand.
Yeah.
You were the right hand,
Yeah.
and not the left.
Got even myself confused on that one.
Caught you off guard.
Okay, so what were some of the safety precautions that you had to go with?
Well,
Gotta wear vests if you're near the highway.
Gotta wear jeans. I caught that one the hard way.
Got to get signatures from your parents and stuff, so you're allowed to go outside of the fence into the ditch. And
So the KDOT was pretty okay with, you know, having all of us out there, especially that highway is extremely busy with, you know, Love's being right there. So it didn't sound like there was like any huge hurdles to go across.
no, they were pretty cool with it. We tried to watch a video, make sure we knew all the safety rules and stuff, and then just make sure we're paying attention, being aware of our surroundings. Like, we couldn't be listening to music in AirPods or something, because then you couldn't hear incoming traffic. So just
Right.
small stuff like that to keep it all in check.
Well, cause I had to watch that video too, because I went out and helped record and stuff. What was it called that KDOT has that like you can like assign yourself to a highway or
Adopt a
something?
ditch.
Yeah, adopt a
Adopt-
ditch
Is that what it
or
was?
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a
adopt
thing until I watched that.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. And you gotta watch out for meth. Did we find
Yeah,
any meth?
we didn't find any meth.
No
left.
meth?
No, but there was you saw it was a glass fight.
It was a what?
We had a glass fight. Jace had to stop that.
What?
They're about to fight with glass. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Who was fighting with glass?
No, it wasn't glass, it was the printer.
Whatever
Oh,
it was.
the
They
printer.
started picking up old
Yeah,
pieces of
scrap printer. Well, who knows if anybody even threw that out, if that was from like the old place that used to be there.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
stayed there. I don't think we've ever picked it up.
Oh, well,
We weren't supposed to anyway.
no, I think KDOT you're supposed to contact, but that wasn't,
Yeah.
that's not even KDOT's like land, that was the landowners, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that too, we didn't just clean up, you know, the KDOT piece. That land behind it is, you know, land by a private landowner. So how do you go about contacting him to see if we could, you know, really work on that back piece? Because that was almost worse than the ditch itself.
Yeah, that was bad.
I believe that, didn't you, that was TJ?
Yeah,
That was you.
that was TJ.
He hasn't been here for 20 days.
It's true. So we
yeah.
just so we looked up on the internet like a bunch of phone numbers that could possibly be him, and like none of those worked. So we just decided to like send him a letter, handwritten letter.
Yeah. A lot better. So he seemed like he was pretty okay with you guys just hopping straight on it.
I'm pretty sure he thought it was cool.
Yeah. And it needed it really bad. And like you guys said, 300 pounds of trash. Believe it or not, that's a lot of trash.
That's a good chunk.
Like when you think about it all as in paper and, you know, plastic, light stuff, that is a lot of trash. And it looked a lot better after we left it. There was still some trash in there, but it takes a lot more than a day's work to get all that forked out. And how long were you guys out there cleaning?
We left here about 8.
Yeah, got
And
back
then-
around like 2.
Yeah, I got back around 2.
So about 6 hours.
Yeah.
Do you guys have lunch there? Like, was it provided or what?
Yeah, shout out to Highway 56 restaurant. Get us some nice chicken
There
tendies, and those
there
were
was some
good.
nice
And some
chicken.
potato wedges.
Oh yeah.
That was extremely good. And I saw there was also an ambulance there, and that the kids were kind of messing around in. So what made you come up with that idea?
I really don't know. I wasn't in the class.
In that one?
That was kind of Birchfield's idea,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Just to have
In
like,
case
he
someone wants
wanted-
to learn about a potential career.
yeah, just for
Yeah.
career stuff, like having cops out there and having
Yeah.
the
He had
ambulance. just-
connections and stuff.
Mhm.
And the
We were
EMTs
going
and
to
stuff.
have the fireplace out there, but they could not make it.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. I was surprised the ambulance was out there, but that was really cool. The kids looked like they were really
Yeah.
loving kind of seeing the inside of an ambulance, which normally, you know, somebody would not like to be inside an ambulance. But
Yeah, and then
they-
Mark was out there
They were,
too.
yeah, Mark was out there, and they were loving every bit of it. And fun fact, that car hit that truck.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I think they were looking more at us than anything else, and we look over and there's a collision. We're like, oh.
I didn't even see it happen, but then I saw like 3 cops lined up
Yeah.
and 2 vehicles sitting there, and that was crazy that happened while we were out there.
Why we're sitting
And Mark
there.
just happened to be there,
And yeah, they were all dived into that for a while. No, that was nuts.
Right place, right time, I guess.
Yeah.
it was just cool seeing all the semis drive by and honk and
Oh yeah,
stuff.
a lot of
One
them
place
were
right
honking.
there, but-
Good
Well,
day.
had something to do with Miss Unruh, maybe jumping
Shout out-
on the side
yeah,
of the
having
road.
the-
but
she had the-
some of them just drove by and honked whenever it
Yeah.
was working. That was kind of cool. Just
Well, a lot of people see that ditch. You know, that's very well-traveled road, and everybody sees it, and
How bad it is.
they see it looking really bad every day. To finally see someone taking the initiative to go out and clean it up probably makes a lot of people happy. I know it did me because,
Mhm.
you know, someone could say that's the gateway of, you know, even Galva and Canton's community.
yeah.
You know, most people, when they come here, they come off the interstate. So when they see that, they're like, oh, man, this place is
Not good.
rough. So it's cool to see that really get cleaned up, and just visitors passing through in general.
Yeah.
Usually you see the love straight off the interstate, and you go there and you got to pass it. So
Because, I mean, usually if there's like a little trash out there and you pass it, you're not going to see it. But, like, you could pass that and see tons of just garbage just sitting
Literal
around.
garbage.
Literal
see the sign
garbage.
that says "Cleaned by Class 2025." So
Yeah, that was like the whole goal. We wanted them to see that it was a nice, clean community. Maybe persuade some people to move over here.
Yeah.
That'd be
Some
nice.
fresh faces.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, so I saw already, you know, we kind of made a video about it, you know, hoping to get other communities around here and maybe some even people inside our community to really, you know, get inspired to go and clean up a new piece of ground somewhere, maybe adopt a highway or something. That video actually turned out extremely well, and it was really cool to see. And there was already, I can't remember what day it passed them. I think it was earlier this week or maybe this weekend. There was already a crew out there picking up our exact same spot, which I'm touching on turf, man.
Exactly.
Trying to steal the powder.
We're going to have to get him back.
But
Maybe
no,
next year.
no, it is really cool to see somebody else looking clean up because there still was trash left. We took most of it out, but you know we didn't get to all of it, so it was cool to see somebody else really getting back into it and finishing that up.
And that drone footage, though.
That was cool.
That was cool.
It was really windy though, so those were
Yeah.
kind of a pain to fly. But no, it was really cool. We got some cool footage. You can see it. If you haven't checked it out yet,
Go to Coffin's Twitter page.
Yeah.
Canton-Galva Broadcasting. It'll be
Yeah.
on there.
And that it was really cool because the flyover at the start, it showed all the trash laid out in the field and in the ditch, and then it later on shows progress and even the little kids helping out with it, or whoever it was. It was just a really cool video to show kind of our community coming together to do something really good. And I enjoyed it. You guys did a good job of getting your point across of what you guys wanted to do and kind of the main goals of it. So thank you guys.
Yeah, you guys did a great job. Thank you.
So I think that's going to wrap it up. I believe we're going to have one more episode of the CG Sit Down. It'll be us and the buds kind of hanging out and kind of
Just talking about our high school career. Some of us senior boys just going through
I was trying to
that.
learn
Yeah.
a PG way of saying what I was going to say, but I couldn't. But we're just going to kind of sit here and mess around and talk about some random stuff. It should be really funny knowing the guys that we got. But so we'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe to see more of our content, and we will see you later.
Deuces.